Hey, I'm Jason.
And I'm Jason.
And this is WhatchaSayJ.
Alright. What do you want to talk about?
WhatchaSayJ. Why do you have to keep interrupting me? That is one of my pet peeves. See what I did there?
See what you did with that.
Yeah. So, today we're going to be talking about our pet peeves.
Okay.
Things that make us take a deep breath and sit on our souls, so to speak, so we don't fly off the handle.
I stand on my soles.
You stand on your... You have more than one soul?
On my feet, on my shoes.
Another corny jokes is another one of my pet peeves.
Alright, so go ahead and start us off.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
One of the things that really drives me crazy that I have to work on, that I don't know how I can work on, is the sound of other people eating. Like, have you ever been like just sitting there watching TV or just relaxing? And all of a sudden, whoever you're with happens to maybe pull out some potato chips or, some Chex Mix, and all of a sudden you hear this god-awful crunching. And
really,
it's actually a named condition. I can't think of what it is right off the top of my head, but it's
creepiness.
That particular sound actually almost seeds like an uncontrollable sense of anger.
I'm never watching TV and eating snacks with you.
But people that also have this, my sister will probably also sympathize. But it's like you shouldn't feel this way, but it's like, can they just go in the other room? Drive me crazy. And then you actually have to eat yourself, otherwise.
You're passionate about this, aren't you?
This is a big one for me.
What if I ate oatmeal while we were watching TV?
I would be totally happy. I don't mind like sloppy wet sounds. It's all about the crunching.
Really?
Yeah,
now, do you crunch while you watch TV?
Not. When I want snacks, I typically go for like gummies or soft snacks. I'm not big into crunchy snacks. My wife will attest to that.
So it's more of a personal preference thing.
It is, but it's
so deep down, it's not the fact that they're eating something. It's the fact that they're eating something that you don't like, and they didn't bring you something you'd like.
I never looked at it that way. Wow, we are breaking down the walls here.
The psychic is in.
Yes.
Real in.
Do I have to pay for this session?
Oh, you're not psychic. What was Lucy on Charlie Brown?
Hey, she was
psychiatrist.
It's not a psycho either.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest one. Like,
okay.
How about you throw one out there?
Okay, I do have one. So when I got my pilot's license, one of the things I had to learn was phonetic alphabet.
Okay.
Which is when you are speaking on the radio and you need to use a letter designation, you use the word that represents that letter, just because it's clearer to communicate that way. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, and it goes on. There is a set of words that go with that alphabet. It absolutely drives me nuts when I'm talking with somebody on the phone and they'll start repeating a letter number sequence back to me, and they're like, so that's B as in Bob, and then they'll come back to B again, B as in Billy, and I'm like, no.
They mix it up.
They do. They'll use all sorts of different ones, and I'm like, no, it's not what it's as in. It's B as in Bravo, H as in Hotel.
I'm not sure.
I don't know why it bugs me so much, but it really annoys me. It's a little stupid thing, but it drives me nuts.
But not everybody's gone through flight school and knows.
Well, then they shouldn't just randomly make up things and make them sound silly.
Would you prefer if they just said B and then you were like, B, T, C? What did you say?
No, I would tell them what it is. They could ask me.
So you're just a know-it-all is what you're saying?
Pretty much. Anybody that talks on the phone professionally should have some sort of training.
That's true. That's true.
It's pretty easy.
I'll agree with you there.
It's really not that hard. Be professional, please.
I think I would be a little bit concerned too if they were mixing, like use B twice and use a different word.
I think that's the most annoying thing is when they switch it up and they can't even stick with the same one for the same letter.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 different words.
Show some commitment.
Right.
All right.
Just a little commitment.
All right. So let me lay you another one on you.
Okay, lay another one on me.
I hate it when people use double negatives in a sentence.
Jumbo shrimp.
Like, I don't got no pizza.
I don't got no pizza. Well, that means they have pizza.
It does. So I'm always excited, and they really don't have any. It just sends mixed messages.
Really? And that bugged you a lot?
It does.
Huh.
I have to hold myself back from correcting them because I know that would just be not socially acceptable.
What if someone says, I don't know how?
That's a loophole. I guess I would ask them to spell it out for me so I know if they were using a double negative.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does that
I hope
bother
you
you?
use a double negative on the show sometime, and I'm going to mention it. I'll probably forget.
Yeah, you can keep waiting because I do a pretty good job at not doing that.
See, now I'm going to be every time.
Every sentence. Yeah. I ain't got no book learning. So what else you got? What's number 2?
Pet peeves.
I could go on and on. I got so many pet peeves.
You know, a lot of stuff doesn't really bug me. There's not a lot of things that really drive me nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
How about when your electronics get dropped on the ground?
No comment. That's not a pet peeve. That's just an annoyance. I have a smashed iPad, courtesy of my 3-year-old son.
It's a sad story.
It happens.
And now your new pet peeve is people poking at your sore spots.
Not really. I do the same thing.
He is really smooth, I guess.
Like water off a duck's back.
Yeah. All right.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Another. I know I have more pet peeves here. They should be coming to mind easier.
People that drive under the speed limit but pay no attention to people behind them.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I will admit I occasionally have times where I just kind of poke along, but if I see somebody behind me, I'll let them by. Well, my wife yells at me and tells me to drive faster. One or the other.
That is only common courtesy because by driving under the speed limit and not allowing anyone to get by you, you're basically saying that you have the right to control other people's schedules.
Oh, I've got another driving one.
Okay.
When somebody stops to let somebody into traffic, and there's absolutely no need to do it.
Like if
just keep driving, I'll wait my turn. There's 2 cars behind you, there's all sorts of space. You don't need to stop traffic just to let me up and be nice and feel better about how you're driving.
people like to feel like a hero.
It's not a hero thing.
Mm.
Just keep driving.
You just keep like, no, go.
Well, I do.
It's fine.
Sometimes I'm like, no, and they're like, what are you? And I'm like, fine, I'll go. Because by then I'm just annoyed.
Yeah. That's a legitimate one.
Yeah. They don't obey the rules of the traffic.
Or people that don't know how to use roundabouts.
I mean, I could understand, and I will do this if there's like no brakes in the traffic. You know, I'll sometimes let somebody in.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's clearly brakes coming in the traffic, just keep driving.
They can wait.
Yeah, they can wait. I can wait.
Plus,
I'm quite often the person waiting to pull in. Doesn't bother me.
stopping in the road is just a hazard anyway.
Yes, it is.
Mm. In fact, most accidents are caused by people driving slower than they should.
We need to get moving on because I'm starting to think more negatively. I'm trying to think of negative things to think of. All right, so let's get into
that's what drives us crazy. So if you see us, don't do any of those things, and we'll probably like you.
Yeah, tell us what drives you crazy.
All right, the mysterious bowl of endings.
Right.
What are we gonna do this time? Am I gonna
I
play the rock?
don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. 1, 2, 3.
Shoot.
Huh?
Tie. All right. So that means you want me to pull it?
Sure.
That
What
means-
happens if it's an action and
Then we both have to do it.
both have to do it? Okay.
Okay. And yeah, our audience is saying yes.
Could you pick one already?
You know, with every move of your fingers, it's like changing the entire fate of the show. There's a lot of weight on this.
You're stalling.
Chips.
All right.
Isn't that ironic? I was just talking about how crunchy foods make me
It is
crazy.
Kind of ironic.
So I'm going to take the
Did
cons
you
out
pull that on
of this.
purpose?
Yes, I can read with my fingers.
Okay, do you
It's
want
a
me to
talent.
start or do you want to start?
You talk about your support of chips.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am in full support of the California Highway Patrol.
I knew you were going to do that.
How did you know that?
Because I'm getting used to your nuances. But go ahead.
Okay, I'll go back to Chips. For those of you who don't know, Chips was a show. It was rather, what, in the 70s, I would say?
Something like that.
70s, mid-70s?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Alright, so, Chips. The pros and chips. The pros and chips. This is tough. This is harder than you would think.
Chips are bad for you.
Chips are good for you.
Have you read an ingredient bag recently? Have you read the lineup of nutritional facts in the back?
Why would you read it? It's so delicious. Open the bag and eat them.
Well, I for one would like to live beyond age 60, and trans fats, they're bad. And chips have trans fats, right?
Depends on the chips.
I
I only eat chips while I'm watching TV, so,
and
I don't watch that much TV. So.
Do you eat sun chips? Is that what it is?
Those are gross.
Those are the healthy ones, though.
That's what they're gross.
So,
No, actually, they're not that bad. I have to admit, I prefer like Doritos or kettle chips.
kettle
Chips are. You're the cons here. Don't help me.
That's true. Chips.
Why are kettle chips bad?
They're noisy.
There's something to listen to.
People that eat chips, they take pride in like creating this perfect stack that it's going to have all the ridges lined up in the perfect way that when they take that bite, it has the biggest impact in sound.
No wonder you don't like chips. You're weird. You gotta stack your chips right. I just eat them.
Well, this isn't me. This is people around me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And I do this on purpose just to get under my skin.
I'm gonna have to line up my chips next time I eat them with you. All right. Well, be sure to like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Bye.